What's up guys, BrandyCar here, back with another video. 2025 is not over yet, but we have gotten to see a plethora of brand new paint schemes for the 2026 NASCAR season. Welcome to this new format of the paint scheme videos. Today, I'm going to be tier ranking every 2026 NASCAR Cup Series paint scheme that has been confirmed so far, from great all the way down to trash. Starting off with Austin Cindric's Discount Tire paint scheme. Discount Tire has been a partner of Team Penske since 2010, and their paint scheme has seen little to no changes in the decade and a half since, which is a crazy longevity for a paint scheme in the modern era of NASCAR. It seems that most sponsors are changing their paint schemes every single year, but Discount Tire is one of the few outliers. Their paint schemes have stayed consistent for nearly 20 years now, which is amazing to think about. At its core, it is a simple design that gets the job done. So, already with our first paint scheme, we have our first addition to the great tier. Next up, we have Noah Gragson's MillerTech paint scheme, slightly altered from the 2025 scheme. The white on the quarter panel has been removed, and the position of the lightning has been rearranged. I wouldn't say it's a downgrade or an upgrade from the 2025 scheme. I'd say they're about equal in terms of quality. However, they pale in comparison to the paint scheme he drove in 2024. That is the best MillerTech scheme Noah Gragson has ever driven. All that aside, though, I'll put it in the good tier. Next up, we have Kyle Larson's HendrickCars.com paint scheme. A lot of NASCAR fans have been highly critical of this paint scheme, saying it's gotten stale and needs to be changed. I am not one of those NASCAR fans. I love this paint scheme. I loved it ever since William Byron brought it back in 2020, and I was super stoked to hear that it'd be Larson's primary for 2021. And to this day, it is still his primary. What was originally a Ricky Hendrick paint scheme has now also become synonymous with Kyle Larson, and he now has 2 championships under his belt with this paint scheme. I'm putting it in the great tier along with the Discount Tire scheme. Next up, we have the RFK Racing Fastenal Bodyguard paint scheme, unaltered from the 2025 version, which is a decision I agree with. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's a perfectly fine paint scheme as is and does not need any changing. I'll put it in the passable tier. Next up, we have Daniel Suarez's Freeway Insurance paint scheme. I am so glad that Freeway is sticking with Daniel Suarez at Spire, and their 2026 scheme is really good looking. The colors remind me of the scheme from 2022 to 2024, and the design is different enough to where it shies away from his days at Trackhouse and signifies the beginning of a new era for Daniel Suarez at Spire. At least that's what this paint scheme means to me. I'll put it in the good tier. Next up, we have Kyle Busch's Lucas Oil paint scheme. It's the same scheme he's been running since 2023, and I'm okay with that. There is nothing wrong with maintaining the status quo of your paint scheme. It's perfectly fine as is. There is no need to change it. It serves its purpose. It does its job. I'll put it in the passable tier. Next up, we have Kyle Busch's Cheddar's paint scheme. This one they have decided to change, but it's not a drastic one. The design is the same, but they've changed the base color from black to dark blue. And this is a change I agree with. I believe this paint scheme looks better in dark blue than black. I'll put it in the good tier. Next up, we have Chase Elliott's Prime Video paint scheme. I've got to say, it's a downgrade from the 2025 scheme. Not to say that I think this paint scheme is bad, though. It's not. I just prefer the 2025 version. It's perfectly passable. Next up, we have Chase Elliott's Kelley Blue Book paint scheme. They finally made a change to the Kelley Blue Book paint scheme. Since 2022, they've been running a solid baby blue with yellow and blue trim. And the change they've made for 2026 is half blue, half baby blue with yellow trim. A much needed change, in my opinion. I did not like the previous iteration of this paint scheme. I'll put it in the passable tier. Next up, we have Chase Elliott's Napa Auto Parts paint scheme. This paint scheme got a lot of flack online, and this might be a controversial take, but I actually think it's an upgrade over the 2025 scheme. Can I say that? Will I be canceled for thinking this? I'm putting it in the good tier. Next up, we have Chase Elliott's UniFirst paint scheme, unchanged from 2025, which is a shame. If you saw my top 5 best and worst paint schemes video, you'll already know how I feel about this paint scheme. I mouthed off on it in that video, and I could very well do that again here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to get straight to the point and put this paint scheme in the trash tier, where it belongs. Next up, we have Ryan Blaney's Delta Menards paint scheme. It is very hard to get a Menards paint scheme wrong. They've been using this same template for years now, and I have zero complaints about it. This is the textbook definition of passable. Next up, we have Ryan Blaney's Worth paint scheme, slightly altered from the 2025 scheme. They've ditched the hair comb design in favor of color gradient transitions between white, black, and red. And they pulled off the change well. I'll put it in the good tier. Next up, we have Chase Briscoe's Columbia Bank paint scheme. I believe this is a new sponsor for Briscoe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have no strong feelings about this paint scheme one way or the other. It's passable. Next up, we have Christopher Bell's DeWalt paint scheme, unchanged from 2025. A lot of teams opting not to change their paint schemes, which I am totally fine with. Change is good, but sometimes it just isn't necessary. This paint scheme is perfectly passable. Next up, we have Josh Berry's Eero paint scheme. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I love the design on this one. It's a blue color gradient with radio waves going from the Ford logo all the way to the back of the car. That is a great way to promote your Wi-Fi brand. I'm putting this in the great tier. Next up, we have Josh Berry's Ford Motorcraft paint scheme, unchanged from 2025. But one thing I would like to mention is that when Josh Berry took over the 21, the Wood Brothers made a change to their Ford Motorcraft paint scheme. They added the blue and red to the bottom of the car, which I don't know what it is about it, but it improved the paint scheme significantly. I'm putting it in the great tier. Next up, we have Josh Berry's Worth paint scheme. I don't think it's good, I don't think it's bad, and I don't think it's passable either. Our first addition to the tier. Next up, we have Joey Logano's Shell Pennzoil paint scheme. Again, unchanged from the 2025 scheme, and I am very grateful for that. The paint scheme he ran previously was not good at all. I am so glad that Penske made this change. It will never be as good as the scallops, but that's okay. It's still good in its own right. I'm putting it in the good tier. Next up, we have Joey Logano's Hunt Brothers Pizza paint scheme. I've had quite the history with the Hunt Brothers Pizza paint scheme. All the way back in 2022, I was not a fan of it because Stewart-Haas Racing made the baffling decision to make the hood white when the rest of the paint scheme was green. The all-red version was the superior paint scheme that year. They remedied that in 2023 when they made the hood green to match the rest of the paint scheme. That put the green version on equal footing with the red version. That carried over into 2024 and 2025 when Joey Logano took over the Hunt Brothers Pizza sponsorship. And now in 2026, they've decided to fuse the two together. And I have to say, I like it. To the good tier, it goes. Next up, we have William Byron's Liberty University paint scheme. Oh, how I miss the 2022 version of this paint scheme. I treated it way too harshly. In 2023, they made the head-scratching decision to remove some of the flames and change the Liberty logo on the side from Liberty in big red text to Liberty University in smaller white text. And that's what they've been running ever since. And they are not changing it in 2026. This paint scheme isn't bad enough to warrant putting it in the trash tier. So I'll put it in the tier alongside Josh Berry's Worth paint scheme. Next up, we have William Byron's Raptor paint scheme. I see that they've abandoned the green, gray, and black in favor of red, white, and blue, which is a change I can get behind. Wait a minute. This is literally his Exalta Patriotic scheme from 2025. What the heck? They reused their Patriotic for their 2026 scheme. That's actually kind of funny. I do have to ask, though, what exactly was wrong about the previous paint scheme that they had to make such a drastic change? Not that I'm complaining, I just want to know why. I'm putting this paint scheme in the great tier regardless. Next up, we have William Byron's Cincinnati paint scheme. I'm a simple man. I see an American flag colored car, I instantly take a liking to it. I'm putting it in the great tier. Next up, we have William Byron's HP paint scheme. Oh, brother. Where do I even start? It seems William Byron is very eager to reclaim the title of Worst Paint Scheme of the Year after 2024 and 2025's worst paint schemes went to Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick. In 2023, he had 2 of the worst paint schemes of the year, and they tied for first place. And now for 2026, it seems like he's already got it locked in, and the year hasn't even started yet. I don't think it'll be possible for any team to make a paint scheme worse than this. It's going in the trash. Next up, we have William Byron's All-Pro paint scheme. Not too bad, not too bad. Significantly better than the previous paint scheme we looked at. I'll put it in the good tier. Next up, we have Zane Smith's Speedy Cash and Title Max paint schemes. Yeah, they're showcased together in this image, and I'm too lazy to look at them individually. So, yeah, I'll tier them together, which isn't too much of a problem, because I feel the same way about both of these paint schemes. They're passable. Next up, we have John Hunter Nemechek's Rexall paint scheme. John Hunter Nemechek paint schemes are very hit or miss, and more often than not, they're misses. But his paint scheme for 2026 doesn't look too bad. It's passable. Next up, we have Alex Bowman's Ally paint scheme. I saw a lot of people crapping on this paint scheme and saying it's awful. I wholeheartedly disagree. I think this paint scheme is actually an upgrade over the 2025 scheme. Yeah, I said it. I'm gonna go against the crowd and say this paint scheme is actually good. And I'm putting it in the good tier. I don't care what anyone says. I like it. Next up, we have Ryan Priest's Trimble paint scheme. I like what they have going on with the blue color gradient as the base color of the paint scheme. And I like those little, I don't know what you would call them, but I guess yellow or orange-ish horns on the side of the car that fade into white on the, not at the tips, but at the ends. Neat paint scheme design. It's passable. Next up, we have Jimmy Johnson's Carvana paint scheme. Next up, we have Connor Zillish's Red Bull paint scheme. A downgrade from the 2025 scheme, I have to say. But that doesn't mean I dislike this paint scheme. I still think it looks good. I just like the 2025 version better. One thing I do like is, you're going to see later, it's got the light blue highlights to differentiate from Shane Van Gisbergen's paint scheme. But I feel like they should have gone all the way with those blue highlights and outlined the number in red too. It's the red number with the blue highlights, just, they're a mismatch in my opinion. But this paint scheme is still good. So, to the good tier it goes. And for our final paint scheme of this video, we have Shane Van Gisbergen's Red Bull paint scheme. Yeah, like I said, this one has red highlights to differentiate from Connor Zillish's paint scheme. And it looks better in my opinion because it actually matches with the red outline on the number. There's nothing much else I have to add that I haven't already said about Connor Zillish's paint scheme, so it'll go right alongside it in the good tier. And those are all the paint schemes confirmed so far for 2026. There's no doubt going to be way more announced in the coming weeks as the season draws near. So stay tuned for more of these videos in the new year. I hope you like this new format of paint scheme videos. I felt that the old way of doing things, giving them ratings from 0 to 10, was getting a little bit old and formulaic, so I decided to start doing tier lists now instead of giving them individual ratings. Let me know what you think about this change in the comments below. I really want to hear your feedback. With that out of the way, let's cue the outro. Do you agree with my rankings? If not, how would you rank these paint schemes? Sound off in the comments. If you want to see more of me, be sure to follow all my socials, like my Twitter, my Instagram, and join my Discord server. Links to all those are in the description down below. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to my channel for more NASCAR content. While you're at it, hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you all so much for watching. That's it for me. Peace.